Welcome back to AFCRDTV for the new 2015-16 season. Today is signing on day here at Overston Park Golf Club and Overston Park School. As you can see, the players are already a week into pre-season training with Paul Lamb doing the coaching at the moment. I'm just about to interview the manager, Andy Peaks. Andy, welcome back.
Cheers, John.
Has it been too long or too short?
It's gone pretty quick, to be honest, mate. I think with the cup final, and then I've been back doing bits and bobs with the academy. So yeah, it's not been a massive break, but long enough to recharge. It's
not a quiet time, is it? I know the board members are working hard. I know you and Paul have been out there scouting. Yeah,
it's important. We were following on good work from last year. Obviously, we said we wanted to keep everyone as it was, but obviously you need to still add a few. So yeah, we've been doing bits and bobs, ticking over. So yeah, we've always got plenty to do, John.
So last season is last season, 2 trophies in the cabinet, and I know it's a new season, and we're all looking forward to the new league. You're looking forward to it. What's your expectation?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think last year was a massive season for the club and we ticked all the boxes. Now we're looking forward to another season, new challenges. I'm looking forward to going to different grounds and seeing different players. Been in the UCL probably the last 7 or 8 years with a couple of different clubs, so knew the grounds, knew a lot of the players. So yeah, it's a fresh challenge for us all, really. Looking forward to it and finishing as strong as we can. I believe we've got a team, squad to compete really well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, John.
Has the chairman set you any targets?
No, he wants to do as well as he can. I think he'd be delighted to make the playoffs, so that's our aim. Personally, I want to win it. As I've said that all along, whatever I do, I want to win. So the cups, the FA Cup, the whole lot. But no, realistically, we want to make it interesting during the season. Now we want people still coming towards the end of the season. We've got a chance to be in the playoffs, or even better.
So we look at the league. Yesterday was also a couple of cup draws. Let's talk about those first. Kings Langley, who I think have also been promoted from the Midland Spartan League. Do you know anything about them?
Not a lot at the moment. We'll do. We've got a couple of contacts down there that we've used them before, so obviously Henry will be out watching them in pre-season, I'm sure, or certainly early league games. We'll have some info by the start. Don't know a lot at the moment. I know they had a good season last year, similar to ourselves, so yeah, it's a tough draw.
And the next Diamonds player, I don't think you played when Richie Hanlon was there?
No, I know him briefly. I've met him a couple of times on reunions and testimonials and stuff, so I know him. I'm sure he's obviously doing a good job down there, so we have to respect that. It'll be a tough game.
And in the trophy, which I think is a long way off in October, we've got a team we played in the Vars, one of the most memorable games for some of us. I think Gilly will remember that goal as well, Basford United. Yeah,
no, another tough one. It's nice to be at home. But yeah, that's going to be tough there. Again, they did well last year, and I think they've got a bit of good budget behind them, so they're going to be strong again next year. So 2 really tough draws, but like you said, we've got to deal with it. I'm sure they'll be looking at it thinking, crikey, AFC Rushden Diamonds had a good season, so hopefully they'll be thinking similar to what we are, and we look forward to it.
OK, so let's look ahead. The players there are training behind us. Let's look at some of the departures first of all. Obviously, very sad news about Matt Gearing.
Yeah, Matt was left with little option really. He does a lot of work in Norwich on a Thursday, so it's going to make it difficult for training. And he knows how the club works. He's a proper professional, so he doesn't want to just do it half-heartedly when he can't make training. So the right decision was for him to leave. Yax is really close to him, so he's going to do that. It goes with my best wishes, as you know. The door's not shut for Matt if his job changes and I'm here and we still want him, then may return in the future, but at the moment we'll plan without him.
So there'll be no Viva Matt Gearing on the sidelines, but never mind. We move on, and also a bit of announcement which will come out probably after this interview, which is Adam Confu won't be re-signing.
No, Congy lives in Daventry, which is they're obviously in the same sort of standard as us. They made an offer really that we couldn't compete with, being on his doorstep, so it's easy for him. He's got young children. It means he can leave for training a lot later, and he give them a bit of his time, so family comes into it. And again, we respect that. He had a fantastic season with us last year, and we wish him well. Yeah,
he'll be sadly missed. But positives, though, let's look at the ones you brought in. Striker Dom Lawless from Newport Pagnell. He's been one which I remember seeing when we were watching United Counties League before we even got the club going. And he's a proven goal scorer. Yeah,
he's all scored goals, Dom. I've known him. Tried to get him actually the first year with Stowns, but he couldn't because he committed somewhere else, and I respected that. I had a little look at him last year at Pagnell a couple of times. He scores goals, so he's a natural goal scorer. He's got good movement. He can hold it up. So yeah, that's a great addition. Pleased to get him.
And Ollie Wilkinson, he was playing in this league last season for Bedford, and he's another quality signing.
Yeah, Ollie's played at this level for a long while. Again, he's a Northampton lad, so I know him. He was at Long Butby when I was there with Botty, probably 5 or 6 seasons ago. He played right back, centre back, sweeper. He could play midfield. He's a good footballer. He's a good, honest pro. He'd be, he's a real massive coup to get him. We're delighted to get him on board. He gets on with all the lads, so it'd be great for the club.
And I've heard good things about Dan Quigley. Obviously, he left Kings Lynn under a cloud, but no issues with that.
Not at all. I've known Dan again for a little while. He's a Northampton lad. He's a bit like Congy, that sort of player. He'll run for a brick wall for the club. He can play anywhere. He's got a great engine, great attitude. He'll be a massive acquisition. I went for him early because I had feelings this could happen with Congy, because I know he'd got, say, going back to he'd got a young family. I knew Daventry would be a temptation for him, so we covered ourselves with Quigs and say delighted to get him. He loves it. He hasn't got the travelling. He got disillusioned at Kings Lynn because they wasn't going anywhere, and they were travelling a lot, training a lot. Sorry, so he had a lot of travelling. So he decided it wasn't right for him. But no, I've got no qualms at all about him. So I'm really looking forward to work with him. Excellent lad.
And I know the fans will see a lot of players on trial during this pre-season. A couple of them you've announced. Courtney Herbert, who I don't think has started training yet, but will soon. Yeah,
Courtney will be here Tuesday. He's had bits and bobs on this week, so that's not a problem. He has to come to the club and have a go, and I respect that. He's done some good things in the last few years. Had a couple of quieter years at Cookney, but he's still a good player in his day. Lammy's worked with him before. He's confident he can get a lot out of him, so we're going to get him involved next week and see where we go with Courtney.
And the other one who's come on trial, Jason Kilbride, who's playing Peter Benoit stuff. I think he scored against us last season.
Yeah, he's got a lot of quality. Obviously, with Matty going, it was important we looked at that sort of thing. I spoke to Jason at the back end of last year. He nearly came, but we decided to leave him where he was to get more minutes. So it's a great chance to look at him. He's been really impressed the first week. He's enjoyed mixing him in with the lads. Thinks the training's great. The travelling he said he can deal with. So it's a good chance we'll get him signed on, and I think he could be a good acquisition. He can play anywhere across midfield. He's got great feet. Played for England at futsal, so he's obviously technically very good. So we're going to have a look at him, and he does get a few goals as well. He cuts in, gets a lot of shots away. So yeah, another one we're looking forward to working with.
And anything in the pipeline? Some good news soon?
Yeah, I'm confident. I've got another lad I've been speaking to. He's been away this week. Another wide player actually, so I'm very confident he'll be there Tuesday. I'm pretty certain he'll sign. He'll be a massive plus for the club, and I think he'll please a lot of people. Certainly gets a lot of goals. He's proven over the last few years. So yeah, delighted to get him involved.
So Andy, thank you very much for your time again. I know another long season, a lot more interviews to come.
Thanks, not a problem. Looking forward to it, John. Thanks very much.
Take care.
I don't need love.